So I have this beautiful Echeveria which has been growing in this container. It's about 6-inch tall container and it's looking very nice. Uh, and I had planted just this one cutting in this container, and now it is springtime, almost summer, and you see two pups growing from the bottom. One is big one which is coming almost from the root, and the one which is on the side of the rosette. So today I'm going to show you how to separate the pups from this plant and propagate them. So here is my cutter, and here's the household alcohol. So I'm going to just put some alcohol on this paper towel and clean my tool. So that when we cut it, because of the tool there should be no infection in the plant. So now it's very hard to get to that one, so I'm going to just remove this whole thing and then try to separate it. Whenever you are separating, you have to the cuts should be very clean so that the damage to the plant is minimum. I'm just going to tap the planter and see if it comes out. Just to loosen it up. Yeah, here you go. So this one is coming from the bottom and this one is from the side. So of course, to remove these and see the roots in here, fresh roots. So for this one, basically just put the cutter there and just make a clean cut. You have to use a sharp cutter and just make a clean cut. So this is cut, and you can see a couple of roots here, and that's where we cut it from. So for this other pup, because it is coming from the soil, so it must have its own roots. So we'll try to remove some of the soil from the bottom and then make a clean cut between these two florets. Cut there. Yeah. So this one also I just made a clean cut from there. So this is separated too. Now you can just plant them anywhere you want. And both of them have roots, so you don't really need to worry too much about it. I'm just removing some of these roots. So I'm going to put the succulent soil mix in the planter and then just plant it here. And hopefully this will grow more pups. So this one is planted. Now for the smallest one, best will be that if you leave this in a shaded area for a couple of days so the callus forms, and then you plant it. but you can just leave it here and not water it, for a couple of days, so it's almost like the same thing. I'm just going to leave it as it is. This is my one of my containers where I want to make a succulent arrangement. So I'm going to plant this one here in the middle and then add some more cuttings later. And these are very hardy succulents, so you don't have to worry too much about it. They survive very easily. So this is also done. So I showed you two different methods of separating. This was cut the pup along with the root. So nothing has to happen. I can just water it and this will for sure it will survive. And this one I just cut the pup without any root. I mean, there was that one tiny root which was like air root, but otherwise there was no root in the soil. So this we should form the callus so that it doesn't rot. So I'm not going to water this one, leave it as it is for a couple of days and then water it. So it's almost like forming callus, and this was our original plant. So I'm going to keep these outside because for these two we have not done much damage, so they'll be fine. For this one I'm going to keep in a shaded area and then maybe for a few days, a week, and then I'll move it out in the sun. These were in partial sun. Because where I live, I mean, all these echeverias and all, they normally like full sun, but where I live, the sun is really harsh. So when you keep them in full sun, they start to burn. So I want to keep them in filtered sun area, and I'll keep you posted. It's been 3 weeks that we separated uh, this Echeveria from the big one, and they are doing just fine. They are in partial sun, so they get basically filtered sunlight, under the tree, and they are growing happily. Of course, to see noticeable growth, it will take a long time because they grow slowly. But other than that, I don't see any signs of stress in any of these. Even this one, which was like, it had no root, it was just cut off, and it's just doing fine. So I'll keep you posted. So it's been a few months that we propagated these echeverias, and you can see that there has been a lot of growth. So like this one has opened up and there is new growth in the middle. In this one there is some new growth here which wasn't there earlier, and this is also growing very well. It is becoming more and more leaves are coming. So a couple of months have passed, and if you look at these, all of them have grown so big. Look at this, it is now standing tall, and the floret is looking so strong, and it is growing vertically also. And look at this has opened up and it's looking pretty good. It has grown pretty big, and my god, look at this mother plant. It has grown so tall and it is so strong. This floret is so full. So all in all, all three of them are doing just wonderful. So basically, to propagate Echeveria, there are two ways. One is that you can just divide the roots, or if you have small pups like these growing, you can just cut them off and plant them in a separate planter, like I did, and just keep them in partial sun. Water them when the soil is really really dry, and that's about it. They don't really need too much, and of course the planter should have good drainage because they don't like wet feet. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I try to answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our channel. And I'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.